There is a truth that your soul may already know, but that your mind is not yet willing to accept. Right now, in this very moment, as you listen to me, there is another version of you. A version that has already achieved everything you dream of. Most. They are no longer waiting, wishing, or struggling. They have already arrived. They are living the peace, the abundance, the love, and the purpose you seek. They are your future self, your realized self. And here is the secret that most people don't understand. This version of you is not far away, in some distant, unreachable future. Consciousness does not operate in linear time as we were taught. It exists in what quantum physicists call the eternal now, an infinite ocean where all possibilities, past, present and future, exist simultaneously like drops of water, and that version of you from that place of fulfillment is constantly communicating with you, now, in this exact moment. They are reaching out across dimensions, sending signs, whispers, leaving energetic breadcrumbs to guide you back home. The fact that this video reached you at this moment in your life, that is not a coincidence. This is not the work of an algorithm. This is quantum communication. It is your soul communicating with itself. It is your future self saying, I am here, I remember this moment, listen closely. Think for a moment. How many times in the last few weeks have you experienced a moment of strange and perfect synchronicity? That book that fell off the shelf, with the exact answer you needed. That conversation with a stranger that seemed divinely orchestrated. That song that played on the radio with lyrics that seemed to speak directly to your pain. Or this very content which appeared in your feed, echoing the questions you've been asking in the silence of your heart. We've been taught to call this luck or chance, to rationalize it, to diminish the magic. But I am here to tell you, it is not luck. It is your future self operating from a place of coherence, of total alignment. They are creating these ripples in the fabric of reality to remind you of the path, to guide you back to the person you were born to be. But this is where the journey takes a decisive turn. Most people experience these magical moments and immediately, after, dismiss them. They feel the shiver of recognition, the thrill of connection, but a second later, the logical mind takes over. Oh, it was just a coincidence. This is too good to be true. They recognize the sign, but they do nothing with it. And in doing so, they unconsciously choose to go back to operating from their current identity, from their story of limitations, from their beliefs about what is or isn't possible for them. Your future self isn't just sending messages. They are showing you the frequency, the energetic signature of the reality that is already yours. And the moment you dare to start embodying that frequency, the peace, the certainty, the joy, right here and now, before the external reality changes, that is the moment you collapse time. That is the moment you dissolve the distance between where you are and where you are going. You bring heaven to earth. You bring the future into your present. Let me share something that changed absolutely everything for me. A few years ago, I found myself in a state of deep stagnation. I felt completely stuck. The same patterns of self-sabotage, the same financial limitations, the same almost made-it story repeating in a painful loop. I remember one morning in particular. I was sitting in meditation, but my mind was in chaos. I was frustrated, tired, on the verge of giving up. And in the midst of this turmoil, I simply surrendered. I stopped fighting and just asked, "Show me the way." And then it happened. It wasn't a thought, it was a feeling, a deep, overwhelming cellular understanding. Suddenly I became aware that there was a version of me who had already transcended all of it. A version who looked at my current problems with the calm and wisdom of someone who already knows the end of the movie. I didn't see them, but I felt them. I felt their presence, their peace, their unwavering certainty. It was like feeling the warmth of the sun on a cold day. And in that sacred instant, I understood. Transformation is not about fighting to become someone new. It is about remembering who you already are on your highest timeline. It is about removing the layers of fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs that are not authentically yours, so that your true essence can shine through. Your future self is not someone you need to build. They are who you are when you stop trying to be everything you are not. Here is one of the fundamental laws of the universe. The quantum field, the mind of God, doesn't respond to your desire. It responds to your identity. It responds to who you are being, not what you are wanting. This is why affirmations by themselves often don't work. You can spend all day repeating, "I am wealthy," but if your energy, your identity, is still that of someone who feels poor and worried, you are sending a contradictory signal to the universe. You are trying to convince your current self to believe something, but you're still operating from the same energetic foundation of lack. Your future self doesn't need to be convinced of anything. They don't try to be abundant, they are abundant. They don't hope to be loved, they are love. They know, they embody, they simply are. So, how do you make this transition? How do you start operating from this new identity? You begin by asking yourself, in every moment of your day, how would my realized self act right now? How would they walk? How would they speak? What decisions would they make from their level of consciousness? Would they move with fear and contraction, or with confidence and expansion? When you begin to operate from the energy of your future self, speaking as they would speak, moving as they would move, reality has no choice but to completely reorganize itself around this new, powerful frequency. You become the cause and no longer the effect of your circumstances. So how do you make contact with this higher version of yourself? How do you receive the transmission with more clarity? First, you must understand that your future self exists in a state of coherence. This means their thoughts, their emotions, and their actions are perfectly aligned. There is no division. They don't want one thing while believing another. They have collapsed that duality. Most of us live in a state of incoherence, of internal conflict. We say we want prosperity, but we feel afraid to invest in ourselves. We say we want a healthy love, but we continue to choose patterns of self-sabotage. This internal conflict creates static on the quantum communication channel. It's like trying to tune into a radio station with the dial spinning wildly. The clearer and more aligned your internal signal is, the stronger and sharper the connection will be. This requires a brutal and compassionate honesty with yourself. Where are you living in contradiction? Where do you say you want one thing, but your daily actions and energetic choices scream another? Where are you playing small to stay, safe in your comfort zone? Where are you letting fear make decisions that your expanded self, your future self, would never make? Your future self operates from love, not from fear. They make choices from expansion, not contraction. They trust in the infinite intelligence of the universe because they have learned to trust the wisdom that resides within them. Every time you, in your daily life, make a conscious choice to act from love instead of fear, every time you choose expansion over contraction, every time you choose trust over the need to control, in that very moment, you are fine-tuning your radio. You are tuning into the frequency of your realized self with more and more clarity. Now here is something profound I want you to feel in every cell of your being. Your future self remembers this moment. They remember you, sitting there watching this video. They remember you feeling this shiver of recognition, this spark of possibility. They remember the exact instant you decided to stop living from your old limitations and start embodying your true potential. This moment is happening now, but they also remember the choice you made after watching this. Did you dismiss this message as too good to be true and go back to your old patterns, your old story? Or did you recognize this moment as the cosmic sign you had Been asking for and finally dare to do something different, because here is the truth. Receiving the message is only half the equation. The other half, the most important half, is embodying it. Your future self can send you all the signs in the world, all the golden breadcrumbs, but you have to get up and walk to meet them. You have to meet them halfway by taking inspired action from this new identity you are choosing. This doesn't mean you have to revolutionize your entire life tomorrow. It means you start making micro-choices from the energy of who you are becoming. It means that when you wake up, you take a deep breath and ask yourself, how would my realized self show up for this day? And then you honor that wisdom, even if it feels strange or uncomfortable at first. Maybe your realized self speaks up with confidence in that meeting instead of staying silent in fear. Maybe they finally invest in that course your soul is craving, book that trip that seems impossible, or have that difficult but necessary conversation. Maybe they simply start by treating themselves with the love, respect, and kindness they know they deserve. Small choices, made consistently from an expanded identity, do not create linear changes. They create quantum leaps in your reality. Your future self lives in a reality where everything you desire is natural, effortless, expected. They aren't trying to manifest anything because they understand that they are the manifestation. They have realized that the external world is, and always will be, a perfect mirror of their internal frequency. Change the frequency. Change the reality. The law is simple and infallible. This is why the practice of gratitude is so absurdly powerful. But not gratitude for what you already have in your 3D reality. It's a deeper level. It's gratitude for what is already yours in the quantum field. Your future self feels grateful, not hopeful. They feel certainty, not desire. When you can, through your imagination and your feeling, generate these same emotions of gratitude and certainty now, you are literally becoming a vibrational magnet. You are pulling that future timeline into your present moment experience. Take a moment. Right now, breathe deeply and feel this version of you. Don't think about them. Feel them. How does their body feel? Relaxed, light, expanded? How do they move through the world? With what energy? How do they talk to themselves? What does their internal dialogue sound like? Is it a dialogue of criticism and doubt, or of love and encouragement? This is not a fantasy. This is real-time quantum communication. You are receiving the GPS coordinates of your soul. And the more you allow yourself to feel and embody this energy, the more you begin to notice reality responding. The right opportunities appear. The people who uplift you show up. The resources you need become available, often in ways you could never have predicted. It's not that the universe suddenly started paying attention to you. It's that you, finally, are operating on the same frequency as your dreams. Your future self does not rush, force, or push. They attract through alignment. They understand that everything they need is already flowing toward them, and their only job is to maintain clarity, openness, and receptivity. When you are constantly stressed about how things will happen, you are energetically building a dam and blocking the very river of abundance that is trying to reach you. This is why patience, true patience, is not a passive waiting. It is an active faith. It is the unwavering trust in the divine timing of your life while you continue to show up day after day as the person you are becoming. And here is a truth that can heal years of pain. Your future self knows that divine timing is not about delay. It's about preparation. Every moment, every challenge, every apparent setback between now and your full manifestation is preparing you to receive, sustain, and expand what is to come. Look back at your life. That job that didn't work out wasn't a rejection. It was a sacred redirection. That relationship that ended painfully wasn't a failure. It was a necessary soul completion. That financial setback that brought you to your knees wasn't a punishment. It was a recalibration of your energy and your values. Your future self sees the entire tapestry, while you, from your current vantage point, can only see the tangled thread in front of you. They see the perfection in every step of your journey. Learning to trust this invisible guidance is learning to trust yourself on a level deeper than you have ever accessed. It's recognizing that you contain a wisdom that goes far beyond what your conditioned mind can comprehend. Your future self is not separate from you. It is you operating from a state of full remembrance. Your future self understands something profound. They are not the effect of circumstances, they are the cause of them. They have learned to generate their internal state of being, regardless of external conditions, and then they watch with calm certainty as the world rearranges itself to match their new frequency. This is what it means to be a conscious creator. And you, who are here, who have felt the truth in these words, are being called to step into that power. Your future self is so proud of you for being here, for listening, for being willing to consider that there is another way to live. They remember this exact moment as the turning point, the beginning of everything. The moment you finally understood that you do not need external permission to be who you were born to be. So, as an act of commitment to your own soul, I invite you to do something. I want you to pause for a moment and comment below with a single word. One word that captures the energy you are choosing to embody from this day forward, the frequency of your future self. Maybe it's confidence, maybe it's alignment, maybe courage, flow, peace, abundance, or freedom. Whatever word came to your heart first, honor it. Write it in the comments. This is not just a comment, it is your energetic signature in the quantum field. It is your declaration to your future self, to the universe, and to yourself that you have received the transmission. And you are ready to become the proof. Remember, you are not late. You have not missed your chance. Every moment of your life has prepared you for this now, for this choice. The journey isn't about becoming someone you are not. The journey is about remembering who you have always been. Welcome back to yourself.